As the second year of our community rewilding project comes to an end, we continue to let natural processes take the lead and keep community engagement at the heart of what we do. With the introduction of a major project to restore waterways across the 420-acre site and the foundations of a number of long-term community projects are laid, we take a look at a handful of highlights as we celebrate Wild Woodbury 2 years on.
We are renaturalising the water here at Wild Woodbury through a process called Stage 0 river restoration. This is really quite straightforward. By blocking up ditches, creating leaky dams and smashing up field drains, we are pushing water out of these man-made ditches and into the natural low ground. A natural low ground where the water is unconstrained to flow through the landscape. It's not in channels or ditches or any specific area. It's just free to create its own pathway. Widespread low flows across fields, marshy areas, ephemeral pools, a much more heterogeneous landscape, one that's dynamic. It keeps changing over time and creates several different habitats that come and go, creating more niches and supporting more species along the way. Here is a great example of some of the water restoration we've done on site. I'm stood on what was one of the man-made ditches on site. We've filled this in, blocking the water behind us. It's now in effectively a long pond where it's great water storage, great habitat for things like tadpoles, diving beetles and a whole host of other aquatic invertebrates. The water is now being funneled behind us, out of the ditch system into the natural low ground through the wood, so it can flow unconstrained across the rest of the site. Here at Wild Woodbury, we're really looking to help reconnect people with nature. And as part of this, we're going to be opening up a 40-acre open access green space that people can come and use as much as they like. We'll be putting certain destination points in, the food forest, community benches, wildflower meadows, and oak henge, to get people onto the land, to come and enjoy it how they wish, to reconnect with the nature, but to also enjoy themselves, have a picnic, walk their dog, whatever it might be. Just getting them back in, giving them a space to be able to come outside and enjoy. I'm stood here in the food forest at Wild Woodbury that makes up part of the sang on site. Now, a food forest is very similar to an orchard, but you can get food at several different levels. You have taller fruit trees, shorter fruit trees, fruit, shrubs and bushes, trailing fruit and veg across the ground, and then things like hops trailing through the trees. We planted this food forest out in the spring of 2023. We had lots of community volunteers come out onto site, and we planted approximately 200 mixed fruit trees and bushes over about a hectare's worth of land. Now this is going to take quite a while to establish. They're only young trees to start with, so we'll be waiting 2 or 3 years before they start bearing fruit and before they can start being harvested. In the coming years, once these trees mature and start bearing fruit, not only will we be able to welcome people to come and pick them to make jams, chutneys, flavoured gins, whatever it might be, but we can also get people out on site for more events as well. It might be things like wassailing, cider pressing, whatever it is to get people engaged with the outdoors again in what we're doing here with community food growing, and to get them reconnecting with wildlife, nature and the outdoors. Last autumn, working with the local primary school, we took out all the pupils onto site here and collected around 300 acorns with the view that they're going to grow them on at school for us. And then hopefully this autumn, we're going to come and plant them out in an 80-metre, 800-year project to create a living oak henge.
With a view that in 800 years' time, there'll be 8 veteran oak trees surrounding me right here.
Looking to the future, we will eventually be introducing mixed grazing onto the site here at Wild Woodbury. By having a mixed range of livestock, so for us cattle, horses and pigs, we will be creating random disturbance and random browsing across the site. All natural processes that we've lost largely from the wider countryside. Things that would have been here historically had we not wiped out many of the native species in this country. By having this mixed disturbance, we'll be encouraging several different habitats to be in a constant flux. Bare ground, different kind of patches of flora, scrub and open grown trees. They'll be ever changing and always creating new little pockets for things to survive in, things to exploit niches of. It's this mixed habitat across a wide area that supports a much higher diversity and abundance of species.